Are imposters basically sharks? Welcome back, my fellow gamers. I'm Amanda McKnight.
And I'm Connor Monroe, and today we will attempt to answer this and many more questions as we discuss the top 10 scary Among Us imposter theories.
Hold on to your small cheese wedge hats because things are about to get pretty scary and pretty wild over here.
I like the cheese hat. Let's do it.
Number 10, imposter anatomy. One of the theories that fans have out there is that the imposters actually have a different skeleton in comparison to the crewmates. Where crewmates, if under an X-ray, have a normal skeleton, imposters either have no bones whatsoever or are little jelly babies, basically. Though I don't know how they'd be able to walk around if they were, unless they're like super dense jelly babies, or they have something much more freaky going on within their skeleton, and have something like an alien-style xenomorph inside them. Maybe even just a tiny one lurking in their brain, or their stomach, or of course, their chest. Yikes.
In a 9 guaranteed imposter. There are a lot of theories as to how you can get imposter 100% of the time or just more often. None of these have actually been proven, so they're still just really convoluted theories, but some of my favorites are swapping hats quickly, changing colors quickly, or spamming the use button when you're not near anything to use in the lobby. These are of course shown in YouTube videos where people can cut to different rounds after the thing they just did, or they can cut to only include the rounds where this works. They don't show you the raw footage of them doing this multiple times, only the times that they actually do get imposter. I think my actual top method for this was from another YouTube video where the guy said to just leave the game and join a new one, and then you keep doing this and eventually you'll get imposter. Well, yeah, but it's not like you're increasing your chances. Plus, he said to get around the cooldown to set your clock computer ahead 5 minutes, which is really dumb, and if you do this enough, when you set your clock back to actual time, you'll be blocked for like 4 hours in total. And if you guys are enjoying the video and you want to see more things like this, be sure you let us know by smashing that like button with your imposter tongue. I know it, you're sus.
Number 8, the color red. Have you ever been playing a game and think just red is the most sus, but then afterward wondered why most Among Us memes and other such tributes to the game focus on red being the most sus? Is this a coincidence? Should you always be afraid of red? And if you already do feel like you're always afraid of red, why is that? Well, you actually might not be in the wrong here if you are feeling the fear when it comes to whoever has chosen red as their color, or simply got it by chance. At least not when it comes to psychology and color theory. In reality, different colors are associated with certain things. When it comes to the color red, this color is often associated with things like danger, warning, anger, and blood for most people. So it makes sense that your brain would be firing off signals reminding you to be wary. But what's more scary than this is that the color association that your brain is exploring actually could be misdirecting you, as each color, in fact, has an equal chance of being made the imposter in a game. So in other words, while some theorize that red is the most sus, you should be just as suspicious of everyone in the game, which honestly is more scary. Talk about paranoia.
And at 7, why the wait? This is a thought I consider often. Why not just slaughter them all? Well, in my case, it's just a matter of self-control, but with the imposters, however, what's the deal? They can kill instantly, so why are they waiting up to 30 seconds between kills? A theory proposed by YouTuber Mr. Chubby Loves the Cat states that perhaps the imposter cleans off their weapon after killing, or at least refurbishes it in some way so the others don't suspect him. We can assume they all have ways of killing people, hence why they don't instantly know that the only one with a gun is the imposter. So if you shoot someone, you gotta reload the gun, or if you stab them, you gotta wipe off the knife. If you snap their neck, then you gotta rip the top half of their body off, and trust me, that isn't easy. Or clean the blood off your hands, because you know tearing a corpse in half can get a little bloody. This makes a great amount of sense, and I actually suggest you check out the full video. It's like 3 minutes long and explains it in better detail than I can, because it was their idea. So yeah, you can check it out. Links in the description.
Number 6, survival of the fittest. Are imposters basically sharks? One theory suggests that imposters might not actually be villains at all, but just misunderstood animals from the planet Polis, which can also be visited through the Among Us map, which shares the same name. Imposters could actually be a species of shape-shifting animals from this planet who are simply looking to survive, which is why they actually eat, or at least partially eat, their crewmates. Perhaps these carnivorous creatures are hungry and scared, and are just lashing out, looking to find a home. Although then we might ponder how they are intelligent enough and why even they are interested in things like sabotaging the other crewmates. And if they are starving, why is it they leave half a body behind? Although I believe that imposters might be like the misunderstood, often sensationalized great white shark, which in films and television are often presented as a monster-like creature, but who really are just marine mammals trying to get by with bad vision that often results in them chomping into creatures and objects that are not in actuality tasty to them, or even sustenance of any kind in some cases.
Halfway through number 5, all or nothing. I usually look at the organs of my victims to see if I can sell any on the black market, but with the imposters, there isn't really much to salvage, at least for humans. You see, I'm just curious as to what their internal organs look like and how they're laid out, since they can sabotage oxygen, which if the timer reaches 0 ends the game, but you still win. So is this like a you don't need to survive sort of situation? All you need to do is kill the others? Or do you not need oxygen to breathe? In which case, what do you breathe? Like, we all need to breathe something. Even fish breathe the oxygen in water using their gills, so why sabotage the oxygen? They must only need to ensure that everyone's dead, but if that's the case, why? In games like Troubled in Traitor Town, we know that the traitors are CIA agents meant to shut down a traitor organization, which they consider a threat to national security. And if everyone's dead, even including them, they still win. So why does the imposter have the same conditions, if they need to breathe? And if they don't, will throwing them out into space really do anything?
Number 4. Imposters are evil AI. While many think that the imposters must be created by some kind of infected crewmate, some disease, or alien taking hold of them and turning them into a violent, bloodthirsty imposter hell-bent on taking over the ship, there are other theories out there that suggest it could actually be the ship itself. More of a Hal or Gladys situation here, where an AI that in this case represents the ship is attempting to take control of its own destiny, infiltrating the crew by either infecting an existing crew with a techno-organic virus that turns them machine, or impersonating them and eliminating the rest of the crew for their own good, or simply because it wants to be the one in charge of the mission. I mean, if I were a ship and people were like using me to do stuff, I'd be like, hey, can I decide what we do? I'm just asking. AIs are scary and could be sneaky, I'm just saying. I've read and watched enough sci-fi films to know the dangers here.
And at 3, vents. There is a reason that crewmates don't enter the vents. There are many theories as to why. For example, some believe that they're just too small and that the imposters can fit in because they're shapeshifters, which is a very good idea, but if the vents are too small for a crewmate to fit, why are they popping out looking like a crewmate? They would have to pop out and then change back, right? Plus, I'm no expert, but I feel like bigger vents means more oxygen getting around to every room of the ship, since, you know, they have to make the oxygen in-house, and sometimes there's leaves blocking the filter. So, especially if that happens so frequently, they'd want as much air as possible. Another explanation is that the crewmates saw something down there. Perhaps the imposter's original form, or perhaps the body of the crewmate the imposter replaced. Since the whole crew is suspicious as soon as you start the game, they need to know something is up. And it's not like you have an extra person, otherwise you would know who the imposter was. What is up with those damn vents? Maybe those duct cleaning guys should... Oh, hold on. No way, speak of the devil? Hello? Yeah, I have a question. Would you be able to clean the vents on a spaceship and probably search for dead bodies while you're at it? I have tasks to do around the ship and the... Hello? They hung up.
Number 2, everyone is an imposter. There is a theory that is going around here that suggests all crewmates are imposters. You might be wondering how this could be possible when we're given very specific labels in the game as to who is what, but the theory suggests that imposters are actually an alien species all their own who are able to basically do tasks without arms and who are all capable of shape-shifting. So why do some imposters kill, becoming a true imposter while others don't? The theory suggests that this happens because something for those imposters changed to make them more violent. Either they have some kind of exterior motivation to kill their crewmates, or they have been turned violent as a result of experimentation or exposure. Now, this would even make sense considering some of the labs and areas we have seen on various ship layouts in the game. where it looks like experiments are totally happening on board. So this theory in terms of lore could actually make sense.
Finally, and at number 1, extinct. It is entirely plausible that the race of crewmates in Among Us has been totally wiped off the face of their planet. Think about it. We don't see anyone else other than the characters we're playing as in-game, and they're constantly wearing spacesuits, indicating that they were just in space like we saw on the Skeld. We get back to HQ and nobody is there, it's just us. Like, honestly, how are there only 10 people in a headquarters of a base like that? It's just so improbable it makes absolutely no sense, so where did they go? Why are we randomly the only ones left at the HQ and even on Polis? The only remnants of civilization are snowmen and tasks. Perhaps the imposters got to us sooner than we thought. This could have been planned for ages. Look at me, I'm sounding paranoid. Next thing you know, you'll think I'm Gormagon.
Now, let's check out some of your comments from our last collab video together. Top 10 scary fire Pokemon. Ravine Nevermore comments, "Dear God, he actually looks like he's Peter Parker." There you go. Yeah, I feel like that is...
Thank you.
That's
that was
pretty
Halloween.
awesome.
For anyone wondering why we were wearing costumes, it was because it was Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, although I do wish we wore costumes all the time. That would be pretty sick.
I'm still wearing a costume right now. In case someone
We take off our faces.
In case someone needs me. Michaela Caton said he endorses arson. What the heck? Is that not normal?
I think that's normal.
Yeah.
It's weirder that that person was surprised.
Yeah, arson. Fire. And Philip Whittenham said, as if you quoted Naomi Smalls, lol, love that. Well, actually, they wrote Naomi Smells.
Naomi Smells.
I don't know if that's like a jab or if they just misspelt it.
I think it's definitely a jab. That was definitely not on purpose.
No, Naomi Smalls, I8K, no, Miss Cracker, all the way. Bob the Drag Queen.
And that's all the time we have for today's video.
Thank you all so much for watching.
I'm Amanda McKnight.
And I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and we'll see you in another video.
Bye.